Hey guys, how's it going? Long time no talk, obviously. It's been a good, interesting half of the season, almost half of the season.
Well, I'll admit I've blown it on doing videos. I will also say Boner's blown it for not doing anything at all, ever. And still sucking at fantasy football. Sort of.
Sort of. 4-2, alright.
Alright, so, big dogs of the year this year are our friend Luke Zeckel, who 6-0, and then from the East Division, pretty strong division. Mayhem's in there as well at a 4-2 record, and then there's some bottom feeders in there with Pennell and Krabu. The other 6-0 team, no one likes to hear this, Neil, K-Town Chronics, 6-0, lighting it up.
Had a couple good seasons there, K-Town, you gotta admit it.
Did. Almost lost his undefeated record to Schmidt last week when Schmidt's team blew it and
So
lost
close,
by
man.
one.
So close. That defense was all they had. Was it the defense going into the Giants?
Yeah, it was.
Philly
I think
game?
Philly had to win by 20. A head coach.
Yeah, the
or
head
something.
coach. It was a head coach, so he pretty much had the win locked up.
And you pretty much screwed me, Schmidt, because that would have put me really close to first place in my division. But, so as we've talked about, in the East, Zeckel and Mayhem are cleaning house. In the West, Chronics is doing pretty good with myself finishing in second so far. I thought when Tony Romo went down in week 1 or 2?
Yeah, it was early in the season.
I thought I was pretty much screwed.
Depending on Blake Bortles.
And Blake Bortles, he's really come through. He's doing a pretty good job for me so far. I think the last few weeks he has averaged about 25 to 30 points, which is doing me pretty good right now. So pretty happy. Yeah, he's hitting 20, 36, and 28. So I'm pretty happy with how Bortles is doing. I think this is the first time in league history that Boner is actually leading a division.
4-2.
4-2, so pretty good. Luckily, your division kind of blows goats. So,
Tommy was another auto draft this year, I believe.
2 auto drafts in your division with Jonesy and Tommy.
Apparently getting engaged or something, or something getting married. Bone said something in the thing this morning. Either way, it sounds like congratulations, Tommy.
Congratulations, Tommy. Hopefully, you're... Yeah, I won't say that. Alright, so in the North, like you said, Bone's leading, and Tommy and Velvet Smooth are pretty close to 3-3 records. So that division's still tight. Leading the South Division, although very mad at the beginning of the year that it was an auto draft for Mark Schneider. I think this is probably the best you've ever done at 5-1. I think a new thing you should do is maybe always auto draft.
Or just always try to trade with Schmidt.
Yeah, Schmidt gives up Andy Dalton for T.Y. Hilton. And I think, let's go take a look at Schneider here.
Who was Schneider's quarterback before that? Was it
Brandon Weeden? No, I think it was Colin Kaepernick, actually.
Oh, yeah, he did have Kaepernick, who's actually starting to turn this season around after looking like he may not ever turn into anything.
But so far for Andy Dalton, since Schneider's picked him up, 36, 19, 30, and 27 points. Nice trade, Moritz. Going into the finals, what is it? How many games do we play? We play...
Go to the scoreboard, it'll say how many weeks there are.
So we play 12 weeks. We still have 6 weeks to go, so we're exactly at the midpoint.
Good time for a league review, I think, hey, Tim?
Oh, great time. Luke really wanted me to point out that Aaron Schneider is having probably his worst year ever.
It's nice to see, man. Thank you for that. You're making us all very happy.
And but there's still lots of time left. Probably not enough time for you, but other people that are doing...
Look at the scoreboard from this last week here.
Alright, so scoreboard from week 6, some big time winners. Alex Boner, fuck the Packers, scores 128 points. Pretty good. Team Thomas loses there with 106 points. If he's playing some other games, he probably wins. You have Schneider beating up on Wes.
That was a good matchup. It went back and forth there.
It did. Luckily for Schneider, he has Andy Dalton scoring 27 points. That was DeMarco Murray's, I think, his probably best game of the year. He's had a couple good games in a row now. He's starting to kind of pick it up for Philadelphia. Scroll a little bit further down, you see one of the higher scores of the year there was Tyler Durden with 153, beating Aaron, who had 108 points. And then you get all the way down to quite the battle, and Cape Town Chronics beats Schmidt with 136 to 131. Looks like Andrew Luck is finally starting to turn it around a little bit after a slow start and then getting a little bit of injury there. So, looking into this week, some big matchups coming up.
I got one complaint from this last week. My matchup with Panel, you had two guys on your bench that had, I think, between them 39 points, and you had 0 points on the two guys with buys that you could have put into your team. I know you're not having the greatest year, and maybe not be checking the fantasy, but I like winning. But it's not fair to the rest of the guys if you don't put in your full lineup. You should get on your lineups for the week. That goes for everybody.
Yeah, that should be punishable by video or something.
Yeah, you might have to make a video. Maybe do a shot or something.
Several shots.
Embarrass yourself somehow.
Yeah, maybe a slap across the face would be nice. So, big games up this week. Someone is going to be losing their undefeated record when Team Zecco plays K-Town Chronics.
K-Town's already trying to talk it up, saying I'm guaranteed to win because I'm a beast this year, but I know what you're trying to do. It's not going to work. It's going to be a close matchup.
We know that game. And then we got Tommy and Neeser. That would be a nice little battle. I hope to see that there is some sort of video bet that you guys are setting up. Then, who do we have? We have Jonesy, who's also an auto draft against Durden. This could be, I'm really pulling for you, Jonesy. Usually I don't, but I'd like to see Durden lose here. Then we got Smooth, Detroit Violet Smooth at 3-3, and Aaron at 2-4. This next one I'm looking at, and there better be a video bet here, boys.
Fuck the Packers.
Fuck the Packers versus the Calgary Cheeseheads.
Snyder and Bowen.
4-2 versus 5-1. Right now, well, hopefully Mark changes his roster because he's set for 56 points. Gotta do better than that, bud. That's not good. I think it's because Dalton's not playing. I think he has Brandon Weeden.
Is it Dalton on bye week?
Yeah, that's a sad one.
Hey, Dallas can score points. You never know.
No, you kind of know.
Brandon Weeden.
And then in one other battle, we have Pennell and Schmidhausen. That's a battle of 1 and 5 teams, so someone's bound to get their second win. Maybe they can tie and both not get a win. And then in the last matchup of the week is myself versus Mayhem. So 2 4-2 teams. Someone's gonna go down and be trudging to get into the playoffs. So this is a pretty big week. Setting up, a big final end of the weekend. So, well,
been a good first half, guys. We'll try and get more videos going. You guys can add any videos at any time. Anyone, I like what Bone did there, a little write-up himself, just some comments, helps out. Yeah, that'd be great.
Or a video, Bone, since you made us change the draft just for you specifically.
So you could, for once, not auto-draft.
That's for you. Bone. All right, peace out, jerks. And Bone.
Later.